everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. For reasons unknown to mankind, my 2.5-year-old grandson seems to be addicted to one of my motorcycles, a 2014 Royal Enfield Continental GT 535. Every time we are on a video call, he asks me to go to my garage and perform a little walk around of the bike. So I decided it might be a good idea just to buy him a scale model that he can enjoy the bike anytime he wants to. Unfortunately, it turns out they don't make a scale model of this bike, and I decided to build one myself. I said unfortunately because this turned out to be one of the most complex and difficult and time-consuming projects I've ever done in my little workshop, utilizing most of my metalworking machines, my CNC mill, my mechanical mill, my lathe, a laser cutter and a 3D printer. Most of the parts are made out of 61 aluminum. A few parts I 3D printed, for example, the tires and a few minor parts. The rest is all metal. Since I did not have any drawings of this particular motorcycle, I took some measurements of my bike and created a scale 1:9 model in Fusion. Some parts I changed significantly. For example, the original frame is welded out of steel tube. I CNC milled it out of a aluminum block. The wheels, for example, in the original motorcycle are wired wheels, and I cannot really build wired wheels easily, so I also CNC milled them out of aluminum stock. And a few changes also. The scale is 1:9 in general, but for certain parts, especially fasteners, I could not scale that down. A 6mm bolt would be 0.7 millimeters in diameter, and I really can't do that with the tools available or with the time frame I had in mind. At the end, I created 42 individual parts and ended up with a model roughly 10 inches long, 250 millimeters, weighing in at about 1 kilogram. In this video, I show you the design and the Fusion model, then the individual parts, and then the manufacturing process of some of these parts, not all of them. That would be a very long video. And then finally the assembly of all those parts. So this is the Royal Enfield 535 Continental GT, model year 2014. The bike is customized. I added a different exhaust system, different back end, different headlight, and changed quite a few things. Okay, here's a 3D model in Fusion, and we start with the frame. The frame will be milled out of a solid block of aluminum 6061. On top of the frame are two pockets. The front pocket holds the steering bearing housing, which later is the pivot point for the front fork assembly, and at the rear, in this pocket, goes the rear fender with the taillight assembly. Here is the taillight. The taillight will be laser cut out of acrylic. On top of that goes the tank and seat combination, also milled out of one solid block of aluminum. Here. There's a fuel filler cap which screws into the top of the tank. And all these parts are held in place with three screws from underneath here. Attached at the back of the frame are two shock absorbers on the left and the right. And two foot pegs. These holes down here will later hold the engine assembly, screwed in from underneath here, as well as the silencer here. And then we have the rear axle, the rear axle nut, which later holds the wheel in place. And on top of here are two washers to give clearance to the engine assembly, clearance between the frame and the engine block later. Next up is the front fork assembly, and we start with the top clamp or top bracket, which also includes the instrument cluster for the speedometer and tachometer. Both have a little fascia cut out of acrylic on the laser cutter. And the top bracket also includes the housings for the handlebars on the left and the right. In these two holes slide the left and the right fork legs. And the pivot axle for the steering bearing with the pivot axle and the pivot axle nut. Next comes the bottom bracket, which again is held in place with two set screws here on the left and the right. Then we have the bracket for the front fender. Here we go. And the front fender itself. Then the brackets for the headlight holder. Here on the left and the right. As you can see, they're a little bit offset to make space for a bigger headlight. And for the front of the headlight, I cut a little fascia out of acrylic on the laser cutter to give it some color separation. And down here goes the front axle and the front axle nut. Next are the wheels, and we start with the rear wheel. I choose to design the rims as a split rim design. The reason being, the tires are 3D printed out of PLA, which is not a very flexible material. So if you have a one-piece rim and you try to push the tire, the PLA tire over this hump, it won't be possible and it will break. So with a split rim, what you can do is you put one tire half on this portion of the rim, do the same thing for the right side, and then you just screw it together to give you a complete wheel. This is the right side of the rim, and here is the right side of the tire. And then the wheel also features a disc brake on the left side, and the rear wheel, the sprocket, on the right side. The sprocket and the disc brake, they just slide on this body, held in place with super glue later, and the same is true for the front wheel, which is very similar. The difference being the rims are the same. The front wheel, of course, does not feature a sprocket, and the tire size is a little bit different. The front wheel tire is narrower and smaller in diameter than the rear wheel. Next comes the engine and the exhaust system, and we start with the engine block. The engine block again is made out of a solid block of aluminum 6061. At the bottom we have two threaded holes to hold the engine in place when attached to the frame, and here a threaded hole to hold the cylinder and the cylinder head. The cylinder head has two openings. This is a press fit for the intake system, and on the other side, press fit opening for the exhaust system. Okay. And here at the end of the exhaust is the silencer, which is then also mounted to the frame with this little threaded hole. And finally, the last part is the stand. The motorcycle will sit on this stand here with the rear axle, and this stand is again milled out of a solid piece of aluminum. And now we put all the parts together. Here's the frame with the seat and tank combination, the rear fender, the steering bearing housing, and the rear shock absorbers and the foot pegs, the rear axle. Next comes the front fork assembly, then the rear wheel and the front wheel, then the engine and exhaust system, and finally the stand. And here you have it. Here's a quick overview of the basics. The scale is 1 to 9, overall length 252 millimeters or about 10 inches. Mass is roughly 900 grams. Are made 42 individual parts, 20 of those on the lathe, 17 on the CNC mill, 5 on the laser cutter, and 4 on the 3D printer. This does not total 42 parts because some parts were made on the CNC mill and the lathe. Cut about 37 threads or taps and had 37 individual CNC setups. Alright, so that's the end of the first video in the series of 3 videos about the Royal Enfield motorcycle scale model. In part B I will cover the machining of some of the parts. In part C then finally the assembly of all parts into a complete model. I hope you enjoyed it and I'm looking forward to see you very soon.